116th Hotline. It's Sadie.
It's Valerie.
And this is Tatiana. Welcome back, everybody.
We're back. We're back and we're better.
Welcome back to season 2 of 116th Hotline. And if you don't know who we are a
trio of sisters
who just talk about anything and everything. And you guys, we are making it a point this year to really bring on new guests, new things, new events. You guys are
new topics, being intentional with the podcast, everything
times 100 times 100 100. And
better.
For the lovers, for the haters, we love you all,
and the motivators.
Thank you so much for the support.
I want to say, like it or not, thanks for the views.
A view is
my man.
We know
Thank
who you are.
We
know who you are.
Thank you to my mans. So ugly. So how about a quick
life update? Mental check-in first.
Mental check-in / life update.
Yes, let's do mental check-in first.
Sasa,
you started, Sasa.
I was on the start. Okay.
Because you're the first one to introduce yourself.
Yeah. I think I would say I'm at a 6 right now.
Okay.
It's not the highest, but it's not the lowest, right?
It's like a good medium. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
For sure.
Just to, do you guys want to know why?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes.
There we go. Okay, just real quickly, a recap.
Yeah.
Because since obviously, as you all know, I started work again.
As a
teacher.
Hey, I sound like the real thing.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's just been super chaotic and busy life. If you guys have noticed, I have not been replying in our group chat.
Yeah, she takes fucking forever.
No, I'm just kidding. I literally not till at the end of the day now because I'm so busy. I literally don't have time to be on my phone. And we have a whole new thing going on at school too. You know, curriculum and all that stuff. New students, trying to adjust to everything.
Absolutely.
So it's just been very, very overwhelming.
Understandable. Trying to get back into the routine.
No, literally going back to the routine. of. No, like
just no more summer for you.
Me, mentally, I've been like a good 7.5/8 on the good days.
And why is that?
Honestly, I just feel good. Like my first travel nurse contract is coming to an end. Like literally coming to an end. I mean, it sucks, but like
I forgot.
It literally seemed like just the other day I was getting ready to start the contract, and I was like, man, this 13 weeks is gonna go by so slow. No,
it went by
sure
so fast,
didn't. Yeah,
dude.
It went by so quick.
I totally forgot.
So fast.
And like, did you make a lot of friends and stuff?
Yes, I did meet a friend. She started.
What's his name?
Anyways, and my kids miss me, and I miss my kids, and I'm just ready to be back. Just excited to see where life takes me. Being optimistic.
So for me,
damn.
So I just wanted to do a quick little announcement that we're having a 1-year anniversary party for 116th Hotline podcast.
So excited.
Thank you guys so much. And this is an invite only party.
Just because the space we have is kind of small.
It literally is limited. I wish we could invite everyone, but it's invite only. So we are working on the guest list right now.
Yes.
And we will be sending out invites.
And if you guys could please RSVP so we can plan accordingly.
Yes, so great. We will be reaching out to you guys within the next couple of weeks or so. And please RSVP if you can or cannot make it. That way, if somebody else is interested in the event, then they can
come. Yeah,
take the spot. Yeah, and so this is going to be in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. So if you are from out of state and you need to come into town, I know there's a couple of ladies that are out of state that are trying to make it. I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys and just really thankful for everyone's support. This is going to be a huge party.
It'll be so fun.
We're literally just gonna have fun, play some games. Sadie thought of some cool things, like photo ops. It's gonna be amazing and
just a good time.
Yes,
we cannot wait. We're so excited.
It's gonna be great.
Literally, it's crazy to think about because the podcast literally just started as a thought.
Literally as a thought.
We
always talked about it, but never really done it. And
Yeah, now
You know what? I still remember the day that we really, really took it into consideration. It was the day whenever you invited me to the very first Hot Girl Rock at Riverside. Remember?
Oh,
we
yeah.
were drinking, and I kept telling you because I.
Oh, that was
Remember?
it.
I don't remember. I think I was there for
That
You
wasn't
weren't there.
there.
You didn't,
Yeah.
I think you
Well,
were
we were
probably
taking
working.
pictures on
on the river.
Yeah.
Because I kept talking, and you know how previously you and your husband had a podcast, and I
Yeah.
thought about that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's beautiful, it's great, and I kept telling you, like, you know what, like, why don't we do one? And you're like, okay, well, we're talking about it, let's just do one. And that's whenever we were texting Val the whole time she was at work, we're like, let's think of ideas, let's think of a name, and it was a whole ordeal. And then a year later, here we are.
It started off on the iPad in a room.
Honestly, I
remember
feel
that.
like just for like reflecting back on our podcast, like think about how we thought we couldn't do it and like we thought we couldn't make it, and look at how much of an impact our podcast has made for people that are our target audience and that really
enjoy
it, and like they really connect with it. Like, you know, it's just so amazing to see all that support, and we really are so thankful for everyone, the lovers, the haters, everyone. Like,
Harriet.
you know, support is support, and you know, whether you don't like us personally or if you do support us, like, I appreciate every single view and every single input. Like, it truly means a lot.
I have a comment for the haters or whatever you want to call them, like
Motivators.
Motivators, yeah. Like us, hate us, love us, hate us, I don't care, but I know for a fact that at least one episode or at least one of our messages has got to resonate with you.
Yeah.
Has got to resonate with you, because like you said, I mean, we're not being biased or anything, but we speak facts over here. And we are the most, like, we're just being very authentic and we're just
genuine.
Being ourselves. Like, how, like, a lot, like we talk about a lot on this podcast, a lot of it is just projection. So whether you know you don't like us personally, like Sadie said, at least one episode has resonated with you, and you know, please don't take the projection out on us. I mean, if that's what you need to do in order for you to feel, you know, fulfilled, then so be it. But you know, that's not what we aim to promote.
But it's just like over the past few months, whenever I found out about people that do not like the podcast, which is totally fine, right?
Yeah, it's
like,
not everyone's cup of tea.
It's not.
It's not, and
It's
that's
really not.
that's totally cool. Like, I don't listen to every single podcast out there.
Yeah,
like, that's fine. But you know,
yeah, I mean, keep it to yourself. You know, you don't have to necessarily put it out there like that to your other friends and just kind of like, I don't know, like, put it out there, you know, because that's how we heard about it.
In a negative way, because like you said, we, from day one, our main goal is to promote positivity.
Yeah.
So our podcast is just about creating a safe space that's, you know, not only a safe space for us to be able to share and be vulnerable, but also for our viewers and listeners that really do resonate with us. Like, you guys, when we upload episodes, there are people inboxing us like every single time we upload a new episode, or they're either commenting on our YouTube. It's not, and you know, for me, I don't know how you girls feel, but for me, I feel like even to that extent, like, even if no one commented or no one liked, like,
that's fine.
As long as we are able to get our message out there, that's what our whole point is. You know, being able to use our experiences to help other people.
And I feel like the podcast is like a form of therapy too, because we're just we're like unpacking. Let's unpack that. Yeah, we're literally unpacking, and like whatever we have to like think about or whatever's been running through our mind, we literally come here and just unpack, and somehow it just turns into a conversation, and we just bounce off topics off each other, and we just keep going. And some people can resonate to that and listen to that, because when I listen to podcasts, I'm like just driving and in the car and listening, and I'm just like, damn, I can relate. Like, just listening and unpacking.
Like you said, like, well, and one of our friends, Jesus, shout out Jesus. He told me a while ago that, I listened to y'all's episode and I love it. It sounds like I'm actually in the room with you guys, you know, like, and that's the goal, to make it feel like that, to make it feel, you know, comfortable, to make you feel like you can actually relate to us and you're in the room with us. And
like, it's a conversation with you.
Yes, I was just gonna say, I literally, that's for me personally, that's like my goal. Like, because whenever we talk, like whenever we get together like this and sit and talk, we just like literally bounce off of each other, and then we can go on and on and like go on and on. So like, I want the listeners and viewers to feel like they're sitting right there with the conversation with us.
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
you know,
and be like, oh yeah, damn, you're right.
Like, they're agreeing with you, verbally. And
so. For this being our first episode back, I just want to take this moment of us just kind of reflecting to be like, you know, if there's something that you want to do and you see other people doing it and you're like, ooh, I want to do that, or that's something that I would love to do, like, go for it. I would say do it, you know, like, use that as your sign to be like, okay, this is my sign that to just do it.
You know, everything that you see other people have or other people do, it all started with
an idea.
An idea. So it's like, if they can do it, you can do it. And there's like a quote that The Rock Johnson says, it's either day one or one day. Like, it's literally up to you. Either day one or one day.
You know, use that moment to not be bitter, but be better, and turn that energy back into yourself.
Yes,
you know? Yes. Like, if it's something that, like, there was something I saw the other day that was like, if you see somebody doing something and you're like, man, I'm jealous, or you see somebody walk into a room and they exude so much energy, and you're like, oh man, I'm so jealous. Like, why am I jealous? Am I jealous because that person is being what I want to be, or doing what I want to do, you know? And it's like, you can do it. So instead of being bitter, like, maybe put your ego down a little bit and be like, hey, how can I start that? Can you help give me pointers? How can I start being like you? Or how can I start changing my mindset to kind of get where you're at, you know?
Or just also anything in life in general, like whether it's that, whether if you see somebody, you know, doing really great at what they do, whether if that's a sport, a job, a career, or whatever, like it's really doable, as long, and I know it's so cliche, but it really is so true. If you put your mind to it,
you can do it.
You can do it. It will become a reality, but it's up to you to make that a reality.
And I was just gonna say that, like, if those are the thoughts that you have, those are your thoughts, and you should be capable of anything, because you're capable of having those thoughts. And like, those, like I said, those are your thoughts. You can take control of your thoughts and like interests in things that you want to do, or like strive to become, or whatever. Not like, you're in charge of your own life. And I know, like, yes, life happens, and sometimes things just don't go the way they want to go, but use the rejection or whatever as redirection. Like, if it doesn't work this way, that's fine. There's another way to get to that point, you know?
And you know, I just want to say that I know that there's a lot of people that are like, oh man, like, maybe I can't do it. Like, stop. I don't want to mean this in a bad way, but like, don't play the victim card on yourself when you haven't even tried. Like, if you haven't even tried to attain that goal, or to change your personality, or change your routine to be even an inch closer to that person that you want to be, or that persona that you want to be, there's no reason for you to put yourself down before you've even started.
And bouncing off of that, if you're always telling yourself negative things, like, oh, I can't do this, I can't make
eventually,
it. Like, you're never gonna do it. Like, like, I'm sorry, just kidding, not sorry, to be brutally honest. But if you keep saying that and doing it, then it's never gonna happen. If you keep saying you're gonna fail, and if you keep being negative, then yes, you're gonna fail. That will
become your reality.
It's like, you're manifesting.
You're manifesting it, and like, you're subconsciously already telling your brain to look out for failure only. And so you're like, little do you know, you're only going to be seeking failure because you're thinking about failure. If you're thinking about success, you're going to be seeking success.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the backstory to that too is like, for people who are always being pity party and victim, and you're the person that's always like, it's okay, you'll be fine, like, you're going to be good.
You're an enabler.
Yeah, don't, like, some people, they just don't want the help, and they just want a pity party. So don't waste your time and energy like telling people like, it's fine, you can do it, you're going to be fine. No. Redirect that positivity that you're reflecting to others to yourself. Like, if you can look at it from both sides, it's not like, some people, they just can't be helped. Like, they want to be the victim, and they want to play the negative, sad story. And
I do want to also add to that, Valerie, that, you know, whenever you're the person that you're like let's say you're like a really supportive friend or whatever, and you continue to do it over and over again, like, it's okay, try it again, it's okay. And eventually you can only do it for so long. What I do, I will recommend, because I have tried this in the past few years, even with some of my closest friends, even some that are in the room right now. Okay, you know, and honestly, it's for the better. So whenever they keep on saying, oh, you know, I can't do this, I'm like, okay, then stay there.
You can't do it,
and then you move on, and then eventually, sometimes that's like a spark for them. They're like, oh shoot, they're not helping me anymore, I really got to pull my own self out now. And
it's like, wouldn't you rather have a friend or a buddy that tells you the truth than sugarcoat shit? Like, I feel like the saying is like what, like you are the people that you surround yourself with. Like really, do you want to surround yourself with people that are fake and give you like fake scenarios and just tell you like fake shit? Like no, you want real, true, authentic friends that's gonna tell you how it is. Like these two, they tell me how it is and I don't fucking like it, but they tell me
like it. And it's not because like you said, it can't always just be sunshines and rainbows. That's not the reality. That's not
reality, and you will never move forward with that. Like shit happens. Like
we can't sugarcoat forever. You gotta really sometimes face the darkness and the ugliness
demons,
and the
like
bad parts,
like being alone with your thoughts.
But you know, there's a difference between being an honest friend and then hating.
There's
a very, very huge difference in those two.
The thing with life is that there's so many fine lines with everything. Like, see, everything that we're talking about, there's like an opposite side to that. Like, yes, you could do this, but there's this, and like that's life. That's why life is so fucking hard, because like there's so many fine lines.
I honestly believe like as long as you're doing it with good intentions, as a good human being, then that's good. Like you're doing it with true good intentions and honest intentions. But if you're doing it with bad intentions and masking it as if you're like oh I care and all that stuff, that is bullshit. And like people can see through bullshit so much.
I was just going to say that.
You can do that every day, all day, and that'll look like you think that makes you look good, but babes, it makes you look fake, and like people can see through fake bullshit. You know, and at the end of the day, it makes you look silly.
Like you said, if you are being intention with the people that you really truly care for, and it's like tough love, then if it's true, then and if they understand it, and as long as if you're communicating that clearly, I'm really big on communicating clearly. Sorry, Brian, I know I give you this all the time, but then I've had that with Brian too. Now, I'm not sorry that I'm bringing this in right now, but then it's a great example, right? So obviously we've been together for 3 years, and just like not even too long. 3 years already.
Oh my god,
isn't that crazy? But like,
where the ring at? I'm just kidding.
But sometimes
she's not ready yet.
Freaking stupid comments, but sure though. Okay, but then like for example, like I'm so big on communicating, and not just communicating, but communicating clearly. You know, so like whenever we went to our Florida trip, Brian and I have gotten so much closer. Like I was telling you, because I finally was at the point where I'm like, whoa, I'm opening up. Like I'm talking to him, like how I'm talking to you guys, and Leslie for so I'm like telling him everything, and finally, and he's like, oh, this is my first time hearing this, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was like, I think I was just coming out, and I'm really cracking out of my shell and really opening up, and after that I feel so much better. Like we got so much closer, and we also even had like a little bit of downs here and there, because it's bound to happen, and then even just not so long ago we got into an argument. It was over something so stupid, but it was mainly because of a miscommunication. The communicating was so unclear, and at the end of it afterwards I felt so dumb, because initially I think I kind of started it, but then also I don't know, we kind of bounced off of each other. So after that, we're just like, whoa, like we just really got to be communicating clearly, making like, I'm telling you that, I don't like whenever you do this because I feel like blah, 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 rather than just like
literally to the basics,
and I'm huge on communicating clearly. So if you are being intentional and you're giving somebody tough love, as long as if you're being like, super clear and
like transparent, like, hey, I'm doing this because I love you. It may not be a good thing, but I'm telling you because I love you.
And if they love you back and there's someone that's real, then they will understand. Like Val said, they might not like it at the time and they might not want to hear it, but at the end of the day, I mean, they'll think about the thoughts, they'll collect all the thoughts, and they'll be like, okay, they're right. They're right. It's just it was so simple. Like you said, with between the fine lines and all that, it's just, I don't know, it's simple math.
Like honestly, just be a good person.
As long as you're being intentional and pure with your intentions, like it'll go a long way. And like literally, you will sleep better at night. I mean, I don't know about like bitter people or people who do. If your conscience is clear now, or like people who do shit like for bad intentions. Like me, I can sleep at night because I know like I have good intentions and I want to like I really genuinely am doing something from the bottom of my heart. And so like I know that I can fall asleep. But like bitter and fake people, I don't know how. Like I don't know if they can just sleep with that. But like me, I know I'm good.
And if you feel like, you're always like having like bad intentions and stuff like that, change the people you're surrounding yourself with. There is so much power in choosing who you surround yourself with, and that goes for family, that goes for friends, that goes for
sure family.
You know, like just because people are family doesn't mean you necessarily have to hang around with them all the time. And you know, just because there are friends that are friends with your other friends, you don't have to hang out with them all the time. Like I always tell Val and Sadie, you know, who I choose to hang out with, that is a big deal. Who I put my energy into, because I don't want to reciprocate some bad energy and bad intentions. Like I want to keep it 100. Okay,
yeah, and it's like if their presence disturbs your peace, why would you allow that?
Exactly. Just remove yourself from the situation.
Exactly. And like, why would you surround yourself with things like that? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I always tell people, like, when they feel like negative Nancy's and, you know, they're like, oh, like, always talking bad. I'm like, man, try to change your mindset.
Like, you gotta be here.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta change the way you think, because if you keep thinking like that, you're always gonna be around that, you know?
I feel just because my perspective as a teacher, I would like to encourage for you people that, let's say if you're around people that you just don't like for some reason and not even knowing them, or if you, so the scenario, if you don't even know them but you get like a bad vibe energy, I would like to encourage you to try, like you said, just flip the, you know, how your mindset is and try to see who they are as a person first and see where it goes. And if you still continue to get bad vibes and energy, then remove yourself. Like that's just,
like stop hanging around them.
Yeah, that's just an encouragement of mine. I like to put it out there because we really preach that to our kids at school, like kindness, and just really respect everybody, you know, with kindness and treat them.
I feel like those are such basics, but like as people get older, they tend to forget.
Dude, it really is basic things. Like, because like I was literally looking through Levi's like paperwork that he was doing, and he literally wrote on his paperwork, like, I like to observe people when they're nice. Like, he literally wrote that, and I'm like, that's literally. And I asked Levi, I was like, you like to observe nice people? And he was like, yep. And I was like, that's literally like ties into what we're talking about today. Like, even it's like, the basics.
Even like how like Oliver was saying the other day, like, treat other kindergarten you want to be treated.
Literally, that's the golden rule. Like everybody learns that in kindergarten. Like,
that's what I'm saying. We do a lot of that at school.
That's like the basics, and it's like people tend to forget that shit. Like as they get older, like with their jobs and like with their roles that they play in life, it's like they tend to forget those simple basic things, and it's like just be a good human being.
Egotistic. I feel like ego really gets in the way as they grow older.
Like, you guys, karma is real. Like,
it really is.
If you have bad intentions, trust it will find you.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Whether it's a month later, 5 years later, karma will come back.
Yes.
Karma will hit if you have bad intentions. And it's just putting, like, I think all three of us are on the same page when I say this. Like, putting bad stuff out there is not good, because it will hit you times 10.
Yeah.
I think either Val or Tammy mentioned this back in one of our episodes where we were talking about something like this, where back in the days, when we were younger, in the monk culture, my parents would be like, Luntu is shine.
Oh yeah,
and my mother-in-law says that all the time too, and it's like I never really understood, and that just means like the heavens and like the
sky and the ground,
the earth is like
watching you. Like if you're doing something bad and you have like
it'll be known.
Anybody knows,
but it's known some way, somehow. It's known that you did something bad, or doing something bad, or you have bad intentions with something. Like. Even though you think it's just a thought, just you having that thought alone, it's out there that you had that negative thought or you have that ill intentions.
So I guess it's just to say, like, what was our message, like, to the haters?
It all started off a message to the haters. Like,
I think it's just more of a message to, like, really just change your mindset. And
literally we're almost more than halfway through the year. Like,
we're almost done by the year.
We're almost done with the year.
Is it August right now? I don't know.
We're literally, by the time that's up, it will be September. And we're way more than halfway through the year.
We'll only have October, November, December, like 4 months left.
Like, take this time to like complete the year like on a good boat and like on a positive thought, because time literally goes by so fast, and like you can never get that time back. Never ever you get that time back.
Never.
Replaying scenarios in your own head, like making up shit on your own.
And I think all three of us can relate to that because we've been there.
Yes.
Like you can only speak on it if you've been through it, but if you cannot come to the fact that you have been that person, oh baby, you can't. You
probably won't understand.
You can never cross the bridge to be a good person. Yeah. If you cannot.
But that's why we're here. Like
take accountability.
That's why we are here, and that's why we are talking about this, because I would like for you,
for everybody to be able to
whoever
get there.
is listening to this is for you.
Like to give it a try. Like just to open up and learn a little bit more about yourself in general as a person. You know, I just really want to quickly throw it out there, and shout outs to Julie Vang, the healer lady.
Julie Vang, oh my gosh,
I know they just went to an event. That we did a collaboration.
Quickly explain just a general of what that was.
So we should have done that at the beginning. I'm so sorry, but shout out to Julie Vang. She is a wellness spiritual healer, and basically she came down to Oklahoma and she did a event with us. We collaborated with her on an event, and it was basically just like a self-love, self-healing event. And Val, I'm telling you, if you were there, dude, everybody cried. That went I'm telling you,
it was so funny. Sadie was like, "I'm not gonna cry,"
and she literally ended up crying.
One, bro, I was
because she's not the type to show vulnerability and emotions. She's not the type to do that.
Val, if you were there, you literally would have been crying like a big baby because I think it was just hard. like literally just 2 hours of you just thinking about yourself and your traumas and how you can get over those. And it was just for me, I don't know how you felt, Sadie, but for me personally, I just felt like being vulnerable was okay in that moment. I didn't have to be a mom. I didn't have to be a sister. I didn't have to be a wife. I was just me, and in my raw, truest form, who I am in my soul, deep inside. It was just me. It was a safe space, and I just, I want to thank Julie. She did an amazing job.
I love that.
And I really feel like we could definitely. I feel like Val, you definitely need to do a session.
Can I just quickly share my experience with that? I'll make it quick. I promise. So I agree with you. I like Val. I told Val and Stan at first, I went into this thing not really knowing much about it or not really expecting a whole lot. I'm just healing. I was like, what do you mean we're going to get together and heal? I was like, I'm already healed. That type of situation, right? I'm I don't have anything to heal from. But dude, I tell you what, sis, this girl, it's just the scenario and the point, and she had us close our eyes. And Val, Satana said, she was kind of giving us almost a type of scenario. So for some reason, I don't know what it was just beautiful. It was honestly one of the most beautiful.
She had a third eye experience.
It literally was a third eye experience. We closed our eyes, and then she was kind of walking us through some kind of scenario. And like you said, we were listening to her voice, and she was talking to us personally. But for me, throughout the middle, I was it was almost like a beautiful hypnosis. I was hearing her voice, right? But it was it was my voice too. I was talking to myself. At this point, I'm listening to myself. I'm digging in my past. I'm digging my childhood and everything. And it was just, that's when I started bawling. I was like, why am I bawling right now? But I don't even care at the point because I was just so deep in it, and it was just so in the beautiful. Moment, you're conscious, but then you're thinking about everything that you went through as a person, and so whenever that I went through that, I'm like, oh, this is what they mean by healing. Holy crap. It's a whole digging into yourself type of situation.
It's under all those layers.
And I think she mentioned that too. There's layers and layers that, you really get into. It was very therapeutic. It was so beautiful. And afterwards, even afterwards, we sat down and we kind of talked about the experiences, and we were finally able to put it into words and stuff. And then we started crying again because it was just so beautiful. Highly recommend.
I hope we do it again.
Well, I think let's shoot for it. I really want. I want Valerie definitely to do it, and we want to invite a lot of people. Shout outs to the Jennifer being one of the main ones to come.
Yeah, she was one of the main ones, and she's actually a guest on our next episode. Yes, so make sure you stay tuned for next week. But that was an amazing experience, and thank you so much to Julie. We love you. We appreciate you. As always, we upload every Monday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be sure you stick around and listen for next week's episode. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok,
Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
And all that is at 116th Hotline. So don't forget to subscribe, and check us out.
And thank you guys so much for listening to us.
I just quickly want to throw in there really quickly that I know last season we were kind of off and on with on our uploads
towards the end.
This year we will try to do better, but just please understand that life does happen. Life happens. So sometimes if we don't get it
every week
or anything, we will continue to notify you.
Yes. Yeah. So just make sure you follow us on all of our socials because we always put updates there, especially on Instagram and Facebook. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you next
and welcome to season 2.
And see you at the party if you're coming.
If you're coming.
Stay tuned. Look out for that.
Bye.
Bye.